I haven't looked at Harmony One in a while, but it's getting requested on multiple platforms here. So we're covering Harmony One. Hopefully, it's some exciting stuff. A lot of altcoins have been just so much more fun to look at than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum has been very bullish, but it's been very challenging and sloppy price action. So all right. Do I have my origin lines all set up? Well, if you want to see how I put things in a folder real fast, I'm getting ready to do this so I can get rid of this. So even though this is Harmony One, folks who don't know how to use folders, here you go. Channel. There we go. I wanted to get rid of all that. And the way you access that when your chart looks like this, you can't see it. What am I dragging? There we go. Is click this guy here on the right hand side and then go down to the bottom. The papers, like 3 or 4 papers on top of each other. You click, that's your object tree. There you go. And then you can rewind it and see how I did it. Anyway, so now I got a cleaner chart here. Harmony One is in a very similar situation as Bitcoin, and that's going to make it actually easier to deal with. Bitcoin, I'm going to take off price. Bitcoin from an EMA standpoint, this bullish cross that's getting ready to happen is closer to happening. So, which means from an EMA standpoint, Bitcoin is outperforming this. But structurally, if you look at this this compression move here, from which Bitcoin did the same thing, that was between 28 to 31K. And this is equivalent structurally as Bitcoin roughly at 30K. So it's behind in one parameter, ahead in another. But in general, the shape and everything looks similar to Bitcoin. And that's important to identify right off the bat. So you know if you're going to deal with anything a little squirrely, because we've already looked at some altcoins that are acting a lot squirrelier. All right. And then if I could put to the channel, so it's broken out of its channel, so that's not going to be relevant. Let's look at some macro horizontals here that might come in play. Oh shit, this one. This is a massive one, right? All of the actually I'll do 2 different ways, right? This is going to be hard to get. That might be what it just hit. And then your next one, if it can go even higher, this is going to be very, let's see, should I do 2 different ones? Yeah, 2 different ones. That's your next one after it, and after that it's this guy. Right here. Okay. All right. I don't think Harmony One will necessarily get up to there, but I wanted to look at some macro horizontals. Okay. So you're going to have Harmony One getting a big resistance from horizontal, a resistance from a weekly 10, and a resistance from an origin line. That's going to be tough to pass. And if Bitcoin only goes up for 14 more days, sideways and up for 14 days, I don't think that this would give it enough time to get above there. It's going to have to get rejected, hang out, maybe try it twice, hang out, and then wait for this weekly 10 to get at like a positive slope before it can come up to 4 cents. So if Bitcoin takes a route, so from my recorded Bitcoin segment of this live show, if you didn't watch my Bitcoin video from August 11th, you're going to need to have consumed that before what I'm about to say makes sense. But in terms of how the white EMA, the daily 10, bullish cross with weekly 10, the 3 ways it happens. So in order for Harmony One to get up to that's 40 cents, 4 cents. Yeah. In order for that to happen, the 3, you're going to need the third case to happen. Bitcoin's going to need to run sideways and up for at least, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks. And it's going to have to be a more aggressive move up, perhaps to 31, 32, for that to happen within that time frame. Should Bitcoin only go up to 30K over the next 4 weeks? Yeah, I think Harmony One would be able to do that. But you have triple resistance here, and I don't think Bitcoin is going to have one of those longer drawouts. There might be 2 to 3 more weeks left right now, but it hasn't even touched this. I think it's going to need a couple weeks after it hits this area. This is a big area for it. I don't see 4 cents. So honestly, I'm personally gonna label 4 cents for this bear market rally as pretty improbable. I would probably put it as single digits, but high single digits, like just under 10% chance of that happening. Yeah, this is a big area for this. It's a big juncture. However, if you do see Harmony One get above here and use it as, like, for some reason Harmony goes one day like 10%, and then it could stick its land here. Let's go to the smaller candles. So it looks a little easier for it to do like this. Let me go on the 15-minute chart. If somehow Harmony One could have a spike, like a couple of the coins we looked at already, I think S Fund was one. It recently had a spike. If it can spike up and stick its landing in the next week, then the chance, even before it goes back above whatever high it makes on the way up, like if it sticks its landing and ticks up a little bit and gets above all three, which is origin line, weekly 10 is red, and this horizontal. So it technically have to be about here, because this origin, let me make this origin line thicker so you can see it, that guy. Once it's here, the probability for 4 cents maybe even becomes probable at that time. It skyrockets. But until something like this happens, I'm going to say 4 cents is unlikely. All right. Let's see. What else do we got? So all your upside targets are right together, and it's all around 310. 0310. It's a huge area. Monster area. To the downside, or middle/down, it's just your daily 10. If you go below this and use it as resistance, you're coming straight down to this origin line. That's where you're going. Going straight to 206. You're very, very likely. And so the middle/downside, you're just looking for bounces on the daily 10. Even if it comes down, what is that, 10%? 7%, it's still fine. It would still be just fine. Bouncing on this line. And a dip below it is just fine. As long as it makes higher lows and higher highs to bust back above it and doesn't truly use this white line as resistance, you're okay. So not even going 3% below this isn't, I would safely assume at minimum you're coming up to make a lower high at a 45-degree angle from this local high. So either way, I wouldn't be like crazy freaking out if it goes below here. So daily 10 to the downside/middle, and then upside targets, you have a triple resistance at 310. And really the only way I see it going past there is it has to do work immediately, like very soon. The next 5 days, it's got to get above 310 and use it's got to get above that area and use something as support around 305 before it's going to get back up. And I think those are key levels for middle/down, upside, and then farther upside targets for Harmony One. Hopefully that was comprehensive enough for what you're looking for.